This is a pretty amazing clip from some podcast. I don't even sure what podcast it is, but it doesn't matter. This featuring a group of black drag queens talking about the dangers of cultural appropriation. Yes, these people are very worried about appropriation. Listen.
I just feel like there's such a long-rooted history in appropriation from Black culture. Like, for instance, like when I go to the Metropolitan Museum and I see things that they've taken from Africa, I see things that they've taken from Nubia, and then you go and you, yes, and then you go and you look at these pillars, and then there's this white man, Samuel something, 1800, going and saying, I'm putting my ownership on something that was never mine to begin with. And then they go, yeah, I discovered it. So then it gives me this ownership, like I can take it and it can be mine. And I feel like it's that entitlement that is one thing that we really need to discuss. Like there is a way I feel to very much so appreciate somebody's culture, but so many times, like Bob says, there are times where, you know, they cite the source, but they don't.
Yes, these people are worried about appropriation. This is like irony overload. And what the hell is this? Are those little baby heads on this man's dress there? I think that's, do my eyes deceive me? Yeah, that's what he's wearing. That's not satanic at all. So you got these people, like I can't even say dressed as a woman because I've never known a woman to take the severed heads of baby dolls and fasten them to her dress. That's not something a woman would do. But they are attempting anyway to appropriate womanhood, and at the same time, they're warning about the dangers of cultural appropriation. And what's the example they give for cultural appropriation? The first thing he says is a museum. So taking artifacts, cultural artifacts, and putting them on display in a museum is appropriation now? Isn't that, what exactly is the difference? Can these people articulate anymore a distinction between paying homage to a culture or, paying tribute to a culture, showing respect to a culture and appropriating it? Is there even any difference anymore in their minds? Of course there isn't. I mean, there was a time not that long ago, like, 15 seconds ago, where for cultures, for museums to have multicultural displays, that was the politically correct thing to do. It also made sense for a museum because if you're going to a museum, you want to learn about world history, it's going to show you artifacts of world history. But now you can't even do that without being accused of appropriation. And yet these men who are wearing womanhood as a costume are somehow not guilty of it themselves. That'll do it for this portion of the show. As we move over to the members block. If you're not a member yet, you can become a member and use code Walsh at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Hope to see you there. If not, talk to you tomorrow. Godspeed.